League is complicated. I know. I get that you're not such geeks that you spent your whole professional career understanding League and explaining it, like I have. Even telling the difference between a good player and a carried one can be extremely difficult. Unlike other analysts, I don't think your shortcomings in analyzing League come from you being,
idiots.
You just never had it explained right so far.
Fair enough. Your favorite streamer is too busy learning languages.
Suerte a todos los participantes.
And good casting is about hype, not non-stop talking.
Oh my God! Your shockwave will find them all!
That's why I made this series, to help you understand pro play, from the absolute basics to full analyst-level insight, breaking it down so everyone gets it. So I've divided the concepts into different levels classified by ELO, which means you can learn at your own pace. If you were a glue eater in school, you can start at Iron. And if you watch Rick and Morty, you probably hit Challenger already. So maybe you should be explaining the game to me with that giant brain of yours. I can't. And honestly, I don't want to explain all of League. I'm assuming you're at least level 30 and know the basics of Micro. You know the champions, you've had your chat restricted several times, and you struggle to remember the feeling of human contact. Basically, you know the solo queue experience. In this series, I'll show you the other side of League, for me, the most beautiful one, the macro. The biggest misconception you need to get out of your head right now is that League of Legends is a game.
It's just a game, retard. Furious, when your mother died.
League is a bunch of different games. The process of deciding which of them will play in each match is what we call the draft. Let's start with the language. If I say B1, I mean blue one, and it is, as you can imagine, the first pick for the blue side. Being the first, it's also a blind pick, that is, a pick made blindly, based on the first 3 bans from each team. Without knowing what you'll face and with all champions available, this position is almost always occupied by a power pick. Power picks are the most powerful champions of the patch. They can also be called pick or ban because you either play them or ban them. Well, if you ignore them, get ready to face a fearsome opponent. Twitter users. Most of the time, B1 is the strongest pick in the draft, courtesy of the balance team. So much so that the first bans on the red side are almost always used exclusively to target B1 picks, while the blue side allows itself the luxury of banning champions that the red team plays well. This is one of the reasons blue side has historically won more games. Still, don't panic when the next broken champ gets picked B1. Besides a few embarrassing exceptions, good team comps will always matter most. But what does that actually mean? There are a few things to keep in mind when building a composition. First, you need a good mix of physical and magic damage. With mixed damage, an armor item only protects you from part of the team, but if you only have physical damage, it'll protect you from everything. Same goes for magic damage. Some compositions play around with this concept. You can run full AD if your 1 AP champ gets fed enough, or you can have a full AD comp with lots of CC, which lowers the value of Mercury's treads. Mercs are great against both CC and magic damage. Now you need to understand whether time is on your side or not. If your comp is early or late game focused, your early game champs will usually have strong base stats but weaker item scaling. Late game champs work the other way around. That's why an early game comp will want to force plays constantly and a late game one will want a quiet game. If your champs all want different things, you'll end up like Healasang on mages.
Steps forward, looking for more. Wild goes on Healasang, the flash forward, but
And speaking of playing Lulu like she's Nautilus, the last basic concept is the balance between frontline and backline. Many compositions suffer from a lack of frontline to sustain fights or backline to win them.
Call an ambulance! Call an ambulance! But not for me!
The frontline are the champions who, in a fight, position themselves at the head of the 5-man block. They're usually tanks with utility skills that resist damage and provide CC. On the other hand, the backline are the vulnerable champions who, from the back, provide the damage to win the team fight. These concepts form the classic idea of a composition, but even the best comp won't matter if you can't execute it. Engage and disengage! Engage is the property of champions that allows them to initiate fights, whether it's through long-range abilities like Leona's or Ornn's ultimate, or because the champion themselves lunges at the enemies like Hecarim or Kled. Conversely, disengage is the ability of champions to stop the fight. Range and damage. Range is the potential area in which a composition or champion can act. It's not just Caitlyn's auto-attack range, though that's part of it, it's the total distance a Lee Sin can cover with all his abilities, or the space a Gnar will cover if he jumps and uses Flash. If you can affect your enemy in any way without them reaching you, we'll say you have a range advantage. Once within range, there are two ways to apply damage: sustained damage or burst damage. The longer a fight lasts, the more sustained damage benefits, which needs time to be effective. Burst can kill someone without giving them the chance to react, but if it fails, it takes a long time before it can be activated again. Peel and kite. Peeling and kiting are ways to keep your backline safe while they deal their damage. Peeling means keeping threats away from your carry. If your carry is able to maintain a range advantage during the peel, we'll say they're kiting. Now you know enough to create a balanced composition. Could you give me an example of a composition where all the damage was magic except for one physical carry? Justify the choice of the carry in relation to the rest of the champions. We'll premiere a new video every Friday, gradually diving deeper and deeper into League of Legends. If you're ready to take things further already, you can support us on Patreon, where we'll upload at least one in-depth analysis video every month, covering the latest developments in the global metagame. You can also become a member here on YouTube. Thank you for watching.